go on the side if you want, or do you want to go centre? You want to just go here?
afternoon to you all. Hello. Good afternoon. Can we take our seats, please? We're soon to commence. Last time I tried that, it took about 2 minutes for everybody to quieten down, so that sudden silence surprised me. Thank you. Hello, everyone. My name is Melissa Juba, and I am the Sydney Campus Student Engagement Manager. Before the academic procession enters the hall, could you please turn all of your mobile phones to silent? Your phones on silent, please. We have no fire drill scheduled for today. Wouldn't that be terrible timing? So if at any stage you hear an alarm or an alert tone, do stand by in case of our evacuation. If you hear a second and different alarm or alert tone, then we need to be ready to evacuate. But do not panic. You follow the instructions of our fire wardens. Graduands, congratulations, you have made it. Well done. And that will be the first of many rounds of applause today. You are currently sitting in an allocated seat in the order that you will cross the stage. Please do not move from this seat before you receive your certificate. During the conferral of awards, we ask you to stand, turn to your right, and stay in the correct order as you progress towards the stage. Follow the directions of Jeff, our campus manager, and we'll tell you what you need to do. Occasionally, we may ask you to move along and sit in a different seat. I'll be standing at that bottom part of the stairs, and I will have a list which is in the same order that your names are read out in. I'll show you the list just to make sure that you're in order as a final check before you come up onto the stage. And then, when your name is called, walk up to the centre of the stage and you will receive your certificate. Professor Christopher Clopper, our Dean, will hold one side of the certificate while you hold the other. If you would like to shake hands, hold your hand out as a gesture. At that time, your photo will be taken. So look towards the photographer standing at the bottom and smile. Savour that moment because you have worked very hard for it. And you'll take that testament and walk to the other side of the stage. You'll be presented with a gift, and then there'll be direction for you to follow to return back to the seat. And the next person will be coming up as you do that. At the conclusion of our ceremony, everybody will be asked to stand for what's known as the academic recession. That is where the academics on the stage will exit via the middle aisle. And from there, the graduands from the front row first will follow the academics out. And so to everybody, today is your day. To family and friends, we say please feel free to express yourselves in congratulating the graduands. They deserve the commendations for their achievement after much personal sacrifice. Guests, you are very welcome to take photos of the ceremony, but we do ask for you to remain seated throughout and keep the aisles unobstructed so we can have this event smoothly flow. So with those aspects now covered, we will begin the ceremony. Please stand for the academic procession.
Thank you, and please be seated. Good afternoon, and welcome to the May 2023 graduation ceremony for the Australian College of Applied Professions. My name is Andrew O'Brien. I'm the Director of Campus Operations, and until recently, through the COVID years, I was the Campus Manager for Sydney. Pleasure to welcome Jeff, our new manager, who's helping us make sure today is a big success. I will be the Master of Ceremonies for today, and look forward to a wonderful ceremony. Melissa would have suggested or ask you to put your phones to silent, which I would echo, but I would also like to add to that hashtag ACAP Grad 23 for sharing the events of the afternoon. I would like to also offer a special welcome to those watching via live stream. There were many challenges associated with the COVID years, but one of the positives was for us to move to streaming our ceremonies so that family and friends unable to be here today can participate in the event. I would now like to invite Yvonne Weldon, representative from the Metropolitan Local Aboriginal Land Council, to deliver the customary Welcome to Country.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, sisters, brothers, gender neutral, gender fluid, friends, family, everyone. As was said, my name is Yvonne Weldon. I am a Wiradjuri woman from Cowra, here in New South Wales, from the waters of the Clare, which later became known as the Lachlan, and of the Murrumbidgee Rivers. I am elected Deputy Chairperson of the Metropolitan Local Aboriginal Land Council by the Culture Authority under the Aboriginal Land Rights Act for the land we're on. I would like to pay my respects to all elders past and present, to all First Nations, to you and the ancestors' lands that you are on virtually, or the lands that you've travelled from. A welcome to country is an age-old tradition. It is more than just words, it is a spiritual process by honouring the ancestors' footsteps we are all walking in, continuing the practice of the many generations before us to the many generations to come. The boundaries of our traditional owners are embedded into the earth's natural landscapes. The boundaries of the Eora are the Hawkesbury River in the north, the Nepean in the west, and the Georges River in the south. On behalf of the Metropolitan Local Aboriginal Land Council, the elders, and the members, I welcome everyone to the land of the Gadigal. I acknowledge Gadigal people whose spirits and ancestors will always remain with this land, our Mother Earth. Across this beautiful continent of ours, there are hundreds of nations, tribes and clans that have existed here for over 65,000 years. This country's First Nations people are the oldest living culture of the world. And as we're joined here today, and also those who are online, let us all remember and acknowledge the many warriors that have created pathways for all of us, the ones recognised and those we've never heard of. My people have always listened and learned from each other, the environment, our animals, elements, and our ancestors. We don't live in isolation of body, culture, spirit, land and water, because we are one, for in our blood it runs. We need to reflect upon the footprints and also the tracks we are leaving to know where we're heading, shaping a society, a state, a country we all can be proud of. All of us together can bring about positive changes to multiple generations, starting a healing to the past generations by declaring what should not have taken place, to the present day generations, giving us all hope and creating a future for the next generations, for everyone in this country. We are in this together, and we can achieve positive change each and every day, bringing my people, your people, and all our people together. As you graduate here today, where standards, rules, and potentially legislation may be your guides on things, on how they should be or should not, use your learnings to make positive change. And please remember to consider my people's journey. The starting line or the starting point has not always been the same. It certainly hasn't been equal. Our journey was forever changed when we were erased from the view. Today, tomorrow, this year, and forever in history, think about the difference you can make that will become the milestones of the future, all our futures. So let us all draw upon my people's spirits as we continue on our journey. May my people's spirits walk with you and guide you as we strive forward for us all. Again, on behalf of the Metropolitan Local Aboriginal Land Council, welcome to Gadigal land. This always was, always will be Aboriginal land. Thank you and have a wonderful day.
Everyone, on behalf of our college and everybody gathered here today, we would like to thank you very much to you and the Metropolitan Local Aboriginal Land Council for a wonderful welcome. Thank you. Very appreciate it. Heather, do we have a small gift, I think? Just a little token of our appreciation. We are gathered in this auditorium today to celebrate the academic achievements and the professional development of a large number of our students. To commence the celebration, I would like to invite Mr. George Garrett, CEO of the Australian College of Applied Professions, to officially welcome our distinguished guests, graduands, family, friends, academics and staff of the college. George.
Thank you, Andrew. Esteemed guests, colleagues, graduands, family and friends, it is my pleasure to welcome you to this wonderful occasion in the life of our graduands. Today represents the culmination of great commitment, effort and dedication on the part of each graduand sitting here before you, the achievement of which you all should be immensely proud. Whilst this is your day and your achievement, I do want you to remember those who have helped you along the way, your family, your friends, your educators, and the staff here at the college. To our many wonderful academic staff and educators, thank you for all that you have done to educate and open the minds of our students. To the Student Learning Support Team, the Sales and Marketing staff, Accessibility Team, IT team, student engagement staff, placement team, to campus managers and to the many often unseen people in the various back office functions who helped you reach this day, I want to thank you. I hope that you have made connections. I hope you've connected with your educators, your professors, ACAP staff, industry, and of course your fellow graduands. Connections can be very powerful in life. They can open the doors, they can help you with a problem, they can refer a client, and they can keep you grounded. For me, I had the fortune of forming a long association with the college well before I started working here. You see, my connection is that my mother sat where you are 20 years ago. She's also a graduate of ACAP. You never know where a connection will lead you. So, I've asked you to remember those who've helped you along the way, and I've asked you to make connections, hopefully 2 additional skills on top of all that you have learnt. After today, we are proud to call you alumni. Keep connected with ACAP and share your journey as you continue to achieve. Best of luck in your chosen career, profession, practice, project or adventure. Thank you.
Thank you, George. And now on with the conferring of awards. Today's ceremony is one of the most ancient ceremonies of higher education. It is the formal presentation of candidates by the faculty represented by a leading academic from each discipline to the ACAP Dean, representing the authority of the institution to confer awards. For each graduating cohort of a higher education course, we also acknowledge that graduates with a grade point average of 6.75 or higher as graduating with merit. We begin this afternoon with presentation of awards in the discipline of counselling. I invite Mr. John Clark, lecturer in the discipline of counselling, to present graduands to our Dean, Professor Christopher Clopper.
Professor Clopper, I present to you the candidates for the Diploma of Counselling Skills. Wessam Gabara. Angelique Jean Ritchie. Professor Clopper, I present to you the candidates for the Bachelor of Counselling. India Madeleine Childs. Jada Fikira. Margot Gallagher. Aisha Hayal Kara Ozbek. Caitlin Parker. Samantha Pasaros. Lana Shara DeAndre. Daniel Thomas Shipton. Isabel Rose Staunton. Gideon Ellie Weinstein. Astrid Marie Agnes West. Professor Clopper, I present to you candidates for the Graduate Diploma of Counselling. Fabiana Barbosa Pechincha. Scott Gregory Bradley. Alison Burke. Annette Forbes. Victoria Helmet. Kate Elizabeth Mulray. Fiona Michelle Price. Sylvia Roberts. Margaret Linda Jean Stewart. Cheryl Villanueva. Janine Walker. Professor Clopper, I present to you candidates for the Master of Counselling and Psychotherapy. Haneen Abu Lebday. Nico Antalfi. Karim Arabi. Rebecca Maleza Barnes. Bianca Bartolini. Monet Brits. Leia Chanillo. Cassandra Julia Day. Michael Nikolai de Gemers. Sally Ann Haney. Nicholas Jarrett. Lillian Jane Joyce. Dorota Kuchar. Beza Rendetti. Paula Smythe. Susie Taylor.
Thank you, John. I now invite Associate Professor B. Pennell, course leader for the MBA and coaching, to present coaching graduates to Professor Klopper.
Professor Klopper, I present to you the candidates for the Graduate Certificate of Applied Coaching. Jason Limbaru. Yogita Naidu.
Thank you, B. And now, I would like to introduce and welcome our occasional speaker for today's ceremony, Denise Beckwith. Denise is a social worker, ACAP lecturer in social work, a Paralympian, music lover, and is currently completing her PhD. Denise is also an active member of our Sydney campus team, and we are very fortunate to have her to speak to us today. Please join me in welcoming Denise.
Lower the microphone slightly more because I'm not that tall. Thank you very much, one and all. My introduction made me sound so good. So I hope my speech holds up to that. Before I begin, I would like to acknowledge that we are gathered on the land of the Gadigal people of the Eora Nation. I take this opportunity to specifically acknowledge elders past, present and emerging, especially welcome any graduates of ACAP who identify as First Nations. You add richness and value because of your identities and lived experience that you brought with you to your respective discipline and that you offer to your future roles. I would like to congratulate all graduates on reaching the milestone of today's graduation. You made it. Today is about reflecting on, recognising and celebrating your hard work and success. It is my absolute honour and privilege to be here today to deliver the occasional speech. I stand before you as a social worker, having graduated on the 12th of April 2017. Yes, I graduated from another university. I graduated from Western Sydney University. Don't hold that against me. The date of graduation will be etched in your memories as well, as it is a major stepping stone to becoming professionals. To learn from me, I'm going to introduce you to key people in my life who I consider friends and mentors. You are going to be taken on a musical journey, as this is how I remember events in my life. You may not know any of the songs, but you will by the end of today, so you'll get an education, albeit eclectic. But before I begin, I would like you to take a second to look around you as you did not reach graduation alone. These people surrounding you are not only your fellow graduates, your teachers, your peers, your friends, your family. These people are more than that. They are the beginning of your professional and support networks. Value those. Because yes, you do have bad days. I'm going to bring the reality. So welcome. You do not come to study as a blank slate, nor do you leave it as one. Do not wonder how you reached this point. You are the sum total of your experience. Key moments and events have been key motivation for me, and key people have surrounded me, and I'm going to introduce you to some of those today. The first, of course, are going to be my parents, Gillian and Dennis. Yes, that's where Denise comes from. I'm the youngest of 3 girls. I was born last. They sort of did not plan me at all. I was a total and utter mistake. But my parents would laugh at me today for being here because I did not actually speak until I was 6 years old. So the fact that I can speak to you in front of a room of over, 100 plus people, my mum and dad would find that really amazing because I used to hide under my mother's skirt. Yes, I'm an extrovert. Only when I have to be. But what they told me is always have high expectations of yourself and others. Do not lower the bar just because stuff gets hard. And it is going to be hard. See, my parents are realists. They told me that very early on. And yes, it was true. But throughout life, I've learned that you learn from the hard things. You actually learn more from the hard things than you do the easy things. That's why graduation means so much, because getting to this point, it's not easy. But you do. In 1999, I had the privilege of meeting a woman by the name of Belinda Mason. She is a photographer, an internationally renowned photographer. She is my best friend, a mentor, and a colleague. We have travelled around the world to 17 countries in 2.5 years. And trust me, if you can do that in cheap hotels, hearing about hard things, because the project was about women, violence, and women with disability, violence and abuse, you can survive anything. So we've gone through a lot, but she has opened the door for opportunity. I've learnt to combine my interests of art and social work. Yes, I'm a social worker, but I consider myself more a change maker. Don't settle for anything. Always believe that better is out there, and you can always reach for more, because it is possible, but you need the people around you. You don't do it on your own. And I must admit, one of my biggest lessons was sitting on a rock at 4:30 in the morning being photographed by Belinda for a project called Intimate Encounters, which looked at disability, sexuality and body image. And then having a group of men stare at me whilst the photo was being taken, and then not realising it was me in the car park, because you can't have a disability and look good. But that was quite a funny experience for me, because I actually had to say to them that yes, I was the person you were staring at on the rock, and I don't usually look this good at 4:30 in the morning. And the reason is because I am a Paralympian. Trust me, you never look good at 4:30 in the morning when you've got to go swim laps. I swam about 40 kilometres a week whilst undertaking HSC study, whilst undertaking a Bachelor of Science. And what that actually gave me time to do was think about my assignments. So find something that you like outside of your work and do it. Do it for yourself, and do it for self-care, because it will always be your space. But when I graduated on the 17th of April, I had my primary supervisor from my PhD ring me up and say that your career will shape you, but you can also shape it. And ironically, on the 12th of April, the #1 song was Ed Sheeran's Shape of You. So, and I hate Ed Sheeran, but that song is stuck in my head for a very, very long time, just because of what my primary supervisor said. And the reason I tell you about songs is because they are an outlet. Every day that I finish work at ACAP or wherever I've worked, I've played a song called Accidentally Kelly Street by Frente. It actually has the ability to become an earworm. Ask the campus manager of Sydney. Because I mentioned it and now he listens to it. Not because he wants to, because it's been mentioned. The power of the algorithm. Never forget the power of the algorithm. Always don't speak to your phone when you're having general conversations. This is the general lesson learned. But what I learned in life is this, is that all opportunities lead you somewhere. Whether it's going to visit 17 countries in 2.5 years to hear really hard things and meet really resilient and socially resistant women, you will learn from everybody that crosses your path. And one of my clients told me once, keep it simple, stupid, because I overwrote a letter to them and they didn't understand a word that I wrote to them. So always think it doesn't have to be that hard, because it's not that hard. It really does not have to be that hard. You just have to enjoy what you do, surround yourself with people that you admire, that you respect, and that are different to you. Because what I've learned through travelling through countries is that you don't want to hang out with people exactly like you, because you know what that's like. You want to do different, be different, expect different. And this is what social work and the human service sector is about for me. Changing a system, but having fun in that system. Because yes, bureaucracy can be hard, but the people humanise it. You have the potential to humanise it. Remember that. I had a lecturer, his name was Dr. Mick Holbrook, and he was very, very fond of very, very simple things. He said to me, you want to blow up poker machines, just like the Whitlams spoke about in one of their songs. And I said, what do you mean? He goes, you always sit comfortably in the uncomfortable and the awkward. And that is a skill. So if you have that skill as professionals, it will set you in very good stead, because people only come to you when they need to navigate a service system and when their lives aren't going well. But you have that potential to be their change, to be their light, to see that things can be different. You don't have to come up with solutions, because that's not your job. You have to support options and create opportunity. Don't ever think that you have to do it alone, because you don't. There are people There are networks around you. You will develop them. I have professional networks that I can still call on today. And it's really funny because one of my professional networks is actually Kylie Minogue. Yes, I don't tell you a lie. She opened the Paralympic Village on the 17th of October 2000 to the Australian team. And I will never forget what she said. You know, she said, we could share clothes. And I went, trust me, you don't want to wear my clothes. They're very practical. But I'd share yours any day of the week. And she laughed at me. And all I remember is her song spinning around, because that year was about my life taking a springboard. Yes, I'm an athlete. Yes, I would be considered a jock historically. But I'm not that. I'm not the sum total of that. I am more than that. What you will find is you will never stop learning, growing, and developing your social networks, which means you will never change. You will always change. You will never, ever stay the same. Embrace that, because change is good. But your success will only come from your hard work. And you've demonstrated that today by being at this point. Be ready to blow up poker machines, cause controversy, and have some fun along the way. Because yes, it is hard, and find a song that you can hang on to. The earworm song that stays with you for every day. Because accidentally Kelly Street gets me through absolutely every day of my life and gets played at least once. Yes, it does. But the Australian band, the Whitlams, have seen me through most things. And my friends have seen me through most things. You are never alone, even if you think you are. In your professions, you have a team around you. Your graduates around you are your team. They are people that you can call on. Your colleagues, as alumni of ACAP, you can call on them. But what I want people to take away from today is don't sit uncomfortably in the uncomfortable. Be okay with change, because it will come whether you want it to or not. Trust me, when my career ended as a Paralympian because my shoulder blew out, I had to find something else to do. So I just went back to university, and that's where I sort of stayed in many iterations. But I couldn't have done that without self-belief and without the belief of others. My mother and father would sit up the back and be hiding right now if they were in this room, because I can't speak in front of them because they make me laugh too much. And my dad would probably go, Denise, you did not say that correctly. You did not do it. But one thing that I will always remember is key people in your life, you will remember them, whether it's for their fashion advice or whether it's for their shopping capacity. Ian Thorpe, Australian Olympian, and I occasionally go shopping. We grew up in the same neighbourhood. He likes to shop more than I do, but he likes to shop with me because I have access to an accessible car park. And he says, the one thing that I like about you, Denise, is that you can talk about more than your sport. So the one thing that I've learnt is learn to speak more about something else other than your careers. Because your careers give you a job, they give you satisfaction, yes, but you need to have a life outside of that too. So take the rest of today to enjoy what you've done and contemplate the next challenges. with a little bit of apprehension, but actual more excitement, because it's whatever you want it to be and whatever you're willing to make it. So, as my esteemed professor says, Denise, your careers will shape you, but you will shape them. And on that note, I would like to congratulate everybody once again for their skills, capacities, and abilities, because that's what got you here today. And they will continue to grow and develop if you let them. Thank you very, very much, and enjoy whatever comes before your path, and embrace it.
Thank you, Denise, for those inspirational words and for your contribution that you continually make to our college. Heather, I think we have a small token of thank you, so thank you very much, Denise. Can you join me? I now invite Dr. Sharon Arris, the Discipline Lead for Social Work, to present graduands to Professor Klopper.
Professor Klopper, I am delighted to present to you candidates for the Bachelor of Social Work. Michelle Afaro. Lola Bianca Budic. Priscilla Geary. Shivani Danesh Joban Putra. Ashayata Kadka. Alyssa Moore. Nura Nagakoti. Jaspinda Kaur Ray. Manuka Sapkota. Simran Preet Kaur. Vanessa Olga Sweeney. Professor Klopper, I present to you the candidates for the Graduate Certificate of Human Services. Sabrina Baral. Frances Ivy Karasi. Asta Uprati. Professor Klopper, I present to you the candidates for the Master of Social Work qualifying. Ashma Bania. Bharat Bandari. Nisha Baata. Rusha Dahadel. Sandish Dungale. Tania Dutta. Nisha Duwadi. Rita Gatti. Benita Giri. Ken Han. Roji Kadka. Prakriti Karel. Viva Katiwada. Demada Korala. Jeetan Lama. Ashma Mahajan. Christina Mossad. Sadie Musa. Kuzma Pandit. Molly Rose Pierce. Anish Poodle. Sorbita Pradhan. Priyanka. Naina Ray. Priya Ray. Rajmi Ray. Raja Bajmanshi. Ashmita Sengrula. Vivian Sina. Yogyata Krish. Nisha Silwell. Shazia Singh. Prabina Subedi Viral. Sandip Temang Lama. Abina Thapa Magar. Deepika Timalsina. Sherlyn Sia Shakara. Maria Vukalatos. Sujmita Weva. Mingxian Sang.
Dr. Aris will also be presenting a graduand from the discipline of criminology.
Professor Klopper, I present to you the candidate for the Bachelor of Criminology and Justice, James Stathis.
Thank you, Sharon. Now to the presentation of awards in the discipline of psychological sciences. I invite Associate Professor Fiona Ann Peps from the discipline of psychological science to present graduands to Professor Klopper.
Professor Klopper, I present to you the candidates for the Bachelor of Psychological Science. Hayley Louise Bonaretti. Jessie Bettina Bruton. Kimberly Joanne Burer. Sophia Alicia Dar. Jared Jack Evans Patterson. Paulus Hegeman. Elenoa Ragogo. Chelsea Jade Roberts. Amanda Stankovsky. William Yu Tung Tam. Maria Youssef. Professor Klopper, I present to you the candidates for the Bachelor of Psychological Science and Counselling. Alan Philip Bryce. Megan Louise Hearn with merit. Lisa Dornette Salt. Rachel Southern. Professor Klopper, I present to you the candidates for the Bachelor of Psychological Science and Criminology. Amy Armstrong. Madison Lee Glover. Georgia Constas. Professor Klopper, I present to you the candidates for the Bachelor of Psychological Science Honours. Florence Elizabeth Barr, Honours Class 1. Joshua Cameron, Honours Class 2 Division A. Gabriella Dora Karakis, Honours Class 1. Maria So-jung Kim, Honours Class 1. Professor Klopper, I present to you the candidates for the Graduate Diploma of Psychological Science. Ingrid Ching Tung Chan. Marina Coelho. Tara Louise Darlington. Laveen Ibrahim. Amber Hannah Kopcho. Professor Klopper, I present to you the candidates for the Master of Psychology, Clinical. Katerina Alexou. Eleanor Crowther. Carmela Di Robertis. Kristen Grisdale. Chloe Jeong In Kim. Jing Lau. Susan May Pike. Monique Linda Ship. Caitlin Wright. Adriana Patricia Zapata Delgado.
Thank you, Fiona. And Damien, I just want to check, we have got everybody? Okay. I forgot a graduate once, and I can tell you folks, it's not a mistake that you ever want to make again, so forgive me just for checking. We now have reached the point where we would like to formally congratulate all of our graduates, and I would now invite Professor Klopper to deliver the charge to graduates. Would all graduates please stand?
Graduates, today you stand before this assembly to be acknowledged as joining the ranks of scholarly peers. In today's ceremony, you have been clothed in the symbols of scholarship, cap, gown, and parchment, to indicate to the wider community of scholars and the public at large that you have reached the completion of your studies with us. As ACAP graduates, we charge you with the mission to seek out your place in the human services industries and pursue a meaningful, sustainable, and successful career. You do us proud to succeed in your studies, and through this public acknowledgement of your achievement, we send you forward as graduates and ACAP alumni. Honoured guests, colleagues, family and friends, I present to you the newest ACAP graduates.
ACAP recognises excellence in student academic achievement through the award of the ACAP Medal. I now invite our Assistant Dean, Gina Saliba, to present to our recipient to Professor Klopper.
The recipient of the ACAP Medal recognises the top-ranking student across all degrees where there is a graduating cohort. I would like to ask Gabriella Caracas to come to the stage to receive her award from ACAP's Dean, Professor Christopher Klopper. Congratulations, Gabriella, and thank you, Professor Klopper.
Thank you, Gina. This afternoon's ceremony would not be complete without a word from the graduates themselves. So on behalf of the graduating cohort, I would like to invite Megan Hearn, Dux of the Bachelor of Psychological Science and Counselling, onto the stage to give the address.
Firstly, I'd just like to acknowledge the Gadigal people of the Eora Nation, the land on which I'm speaking today and where I completed most of my bachelor's degree. It really is a surprise and an honour to be here, standing here today representing this graduating cohort. Undertaking tertiary study is a huge step, whether enrolling for the first time or embarking on a mid-career change. When I think back to how nervous I was when I enrolled, as someone who left school at 14, unsure of whether I possessed any academic capacity whatsoever, I never imagined this was possible. Instead, I went to TAFE and completed welding and seismic blasting qualifications. And although I can use mathematical formulas to calculate the required powder factor for blasting different densities of rock, which may have helped me in the notoriously tough psych stats units, I had not written an essay in my entire life. I will also credit welding for my long-standing love of jumpsuits. My years in a boiler suit really had an impact. Thankfully, ACAP has a brilliant learning support program, and I made the absolute most of it. I attended every academic skills workshop and webinar in my first year, often 2 or 3 times. As I wasn't refreshing my academic skills, I was learning them for the first time. I utilised every one-on-one appointment available and used all the writing skills resources on the SLS website. I would really like to thank the Student Learning Support team. You do incredible work, and you have been integral to my study success. In addition, I attended all the optional peer-assisted study sessions. I'm a huge fan of the PASS program and highly recommend it to anyone studying. I'd like to thank all the PASS leaders and all the students who attended. Together, you did a lot to build my confidence and deepen my understanding of the content. I would also like to acknowledge the strength and resilience of this particular graduating cohort. Tertiary study is tough at the best of times, and we all persevered and succeeded despite the challenges that came with COVID. Collectively, we experienced the financial strain and stress of job loss, business closures, and working from home, juggling study with homeschooling children, lockdowns, illness, and isolation. But we made it through, which is a real testament to all of our passion and dedication towards our new careers. I would also like to commend ACAP for how quickly they adapted, shifting to delivering all classes online without missing a beat. Friends studying at other institutions did not experience such a seamless transition. So I'm very grateful for the quality of ACAP's online delivery. I think it's a real strength of the college. On a personal note, COVID hitting 7 weeks into commencing my bachelor's degree took away all of the FOMO. Social life as we knew it stopped, and that made it so much easier to knuckle down and concentrate on my studies. At the start of my second year, I was diagnosed with ADHD. Although this came as no surprise to everyone around me, it's not actually something I'd ever considered. Understanding my ADHD has been a real learning curve. Figuring out how to work effectively with and not against my neurodivergence has had its challenges. I would like to give a special thanks to ACAP's accessibility team and my fellow ADHD study friends. Together, you've been invaluable in supporting me through this process. I've come to see my ADHD as a bit of a superpower. However, like the characters in the X-Men, I have had to learn how to harness it so it's not destructive. When I get into the hyper-focus zone, I can produce some great work. However, if left unchecked, I can go too hard and burn out. So striking the right study-life balance is still a work in progress for me. I'd also just like to talk a little bit about neurodiversity, such as ADHD. The way it's conceptualised in psychiatry and psychology, with the language of deficit and disorder, through the disease model of mental health, is highly problematic and desperately needs to change. These words carry weight and are highly stigmatising. Personally, I do not feel deficient or disordered. Many of the challenges that arrive are often a product of ill-fitting contexts and systems not designed with individual differences in mind, not deficient individuals. ACAP, however, does an incredible job in creating a supportive and inclusive environment for neurodiverse students. One of the reasons I want to undertake clinical endorsement in my psychology pathway is so I can advocate from the inside to shift the stigmatising way neurodiversity is often framed, both as a clinician and a neurodivergent person. An overhaul of the disease model of mental health is well and truly overdue. Prior to studying psychology, I spent 10 years working for small community organisations, advocating for the human rights and dignity of communities that experience high levels of stigma and discrimination, such as people living with HIV, people who use drugs, and people who work in the sex industry. My passion for creating social change runs deep, and there is much work to be done in the field of psychology. It needs decolonisation and a good feminist revision and reimagining. And I hope to be a part of continuing this work. My drive to advocate for change in psychology is very much my advocacy background coming through, highlighting one of the great things about studying as a mature age student, being able to bring your previous skills and experience in to enhance your practice. Studying psychology has been one of the most challenging and rewarding things that I have ever done. In the words of the late great Chrissy Amphlett from the Divinals, it really is a fine, fine line between pleasure and pain. I especially want to thank my fantastic daughter, Chili. You are truly a spectacular human and my greatest source of inspiration and motivation. I know I didn't always get the balance right, and study often made me unavailable. So thank you for your incredible patience and support. Hopefully what you have seen has not put you off tertiary study. It's definitely more fun than I've made it look. There is a lot to be said for studying before the serious adulting kicks in, because juggling parenting, work and study is intense. I would also like to thank all of my educators. Your dedication and passion for developing the next generation of helping professionals is admirable. And I'd also like to thank all the ACAP staff. I can't even count how many times I've been on the phone and had a staff member, whether from learning support, IT or student services, have gone above and beyond to address my issues. So thank you to all ACAP staff. And lastly, congratulations to all the graduates. What a journey, but here we are, we made it. Through blood, sweat and tears. It's not easy, but we're here. I've personally made a lot of lifelong friends along the way, as I imagine we all have. And I look forward to seeing the amazing work you will go on to do in your careers, supporting the mental health of others. Thank you.
Thank you, Megan, for a wonderful contribution to this afternoon's ceremony. And I think Melissa has a small gift. Thank you. So we've almost reached the end of our formal proceedings this afternoon, but before we quite arrive there, I would like to thank all of our distinguished guests for coming along, to our academic and professional staff, and to everybody who's made the graduation ceremony possible. I particularly thank Damien up the back there, who is our graduation lead, well supported by Jeff, Melissa and the rest of the team. So a lot of work goes on behind the scenes to make sure that these ceremonies come together, and we really appreciate the work of all of our staff and our students and our graduates in helping bring today together in the way they have. I would like to just remind all graduates that we do need to return our regalia by 4:30, so I think this gives us a good bit of time there for photos and post-ceremony enjoyment, but 4:30 if you could get your regalia back. Before we do close, at this moment, I guess draw a little bit on my own experience as a failed undergrad who went back and got success later in life, and recognise on behalf of the graduates and the college the incredible support, strength, love, caring, you name it, the list goes on and on and on, from families, friends, parents, children, employers, everybody else. So many of you are here today. So I'd like graduates and my colleagues to join me in thanking all the families and friends and our guests. Once we leave the auditorium, I would like to invite everybody to join us for some refreshments out in the lobby. And so on that note, I think the best I can offer as we close is picking up on Denise and Megan and the musical theme and the sad news that we received overnight. We pay a tribute to our graduates who are, in the words of today, simply the best. Well done. Would you please stand for the academic recession, and after the academic party goes out, the graduates will follow and we'll conclude the ceremony. Thank you.